Yes, this is my InDesign, Adobe InDesign. We'll start learning tools, all tools one by one. Okay, so if you observe here, a few tools already same like in Illustrator or Photoshop, right? But few tools are new. They're added in Adobe InDesign. Okay, first let us check the tools. So selection tool, the shortcut is V, and beside that showing escape. Okay, first to understand the selection tool. So this is my box here. Okay, to understand more clearly, if you want to fill color, you can fill color. So here it is a fill is X, and here stroke, click to activate X, right? So this is stroke color, basically this is a fill color. So double click on that and choose your color, whatever the color you want. Say okay, yes, this is. And if you don't want that color, you simply can click on that and there is a apply none, right? So this is our box selection. I'm using a shift here. Okay, so it is changing proportionately, but it is stretching this side, right side. Okay, without shift, see it is horizontally stretching. If I use shift, so proportionately it is stretching, but this side it is fixing. Okay, now this side I am trying to stretch, so obviously this side that will fix. Okay, and this is what one corner, from corner, any corner, for the four corners can take any corner, but it is not coming proportionately, and use a shift. Okay, it is coming proportionately, and here I am using alt shift, same like in Illustrator, proportionately it is coming inside out and outside in, right? And here we have the rotation, you can use the rotations. And here if you observe here, see there is the blue patch here showing, and this is a yellow patch here showing, right? So what is this? Drag into text to anchor object, shift drag to make inline object, alt drag to open dialog. So what all these things, what it is telling here, drag into text. Suppose if you take any text, this is my text, this is my text. Okay, and click this box again and drag into text to anchor objects. Suppose drag into text, it is changing into anchor, right? So drag into text changes anchor position. Shift drag to make inline object. So we are using shift drag, it is changing into inline object. So here it is inline object, and here alt drag to open dialog, the blue box, right? So in this blue box here we have alt drag to open dialog. So that means what, here suppose I am creating the one more the text box here, fill with the placeholder. Okay, now you can use your alt drag to open dialog. Suppose alt and drag to open the dialog. Okay, anchored object option. So right now it is in a custom. Okay, now it is inner or above a line, it is added into that. And here suppose see here we come back to normal, this is a custom, and say related to spine, so it is related to spine. And here see there are reference points are there, you can use the reference point. So where it is connecting, anchored position, a reference point again, here we have a reference points, and here X related to a text frame. So here is a column edge, it is showing. So anchor marker, the page edge, So it is showing to, it's moving to page edge, page margin, can change this to normal. The same we can give the values x and y. Okay, keep with the top bottom column boundaries, here it is, and prevent manual positioning. Okay, so here it is. So just you can check it and cancel. So basically it is what to enter, to add your text frames. Suppose here, so what it is telling, drag into text to anchor objects, shift drag. So your selection, your text, you are adding into that anchor object, and by applying the alt and drag, we are opening the dialog. There we can change all the options, right? So just delete this one. Yes, now come back. So what is this yellow? The yellow is click to edit corners. Suppose to edit corners, to make 4 sides corner rounds, there is no option showing here, but there is a yellow box showing. Click here. Okay, now the corners showing into yellow, and just drag this, they are going to a round. They are going to be a round. Okay, the same thing, suppose if you observe here, the control panel, the options are showing here. Present it is none. You can change this to a fancy. See the borders, wonderful, right? This is, and this is a bevel. Inset, and here it is inverse rounded, and here it is rounded, right? So you can change whatever we want. Okay, then here the next suppose here if you observe here, see, by moving the x value, actually you are changing your, moving your object in x direction horizontally, and here it is what in a y axis it is moving, right? If you fill color, we will understand more clearly. Yes, and this is what, see, the width and height we are changing. Okay, and here they are showing, see, it is adding the width and height. Okay, it's going this side, and here it is going down. Otherwise you can change this value to 90%, is a 50%, and here is the rotations. Here changing the rotations, and here see shear and angle, the sheerness, the shape your sheerness, and here it is rotate 90 degrees. Okay, and rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay, first change the sheerness to normal. Okay, yes, and this is flip horizontal, horizontally flipping, and here it is a vertical flipping. Okay, okay, and flipped vertically, and here see the select corners. So if you select corners, so then it will show, and then this is changing colors. You can change colors from here also, from control panel, and you can change the outline color. Suppose here see the outline thickness I am changing here, and if you observe here, there are outline designs, thick and thin, And here see there are the beautiful here the borders, like suppose after completing your document, your design, you can add beautiful designs to your document. Okay, and change this to normal using this 5 only. And here see this is apply effects to objects. These are effects. Okay, I'll explain about the effects later. And here this is the opacity. This is the opacity, and these are all effects. So I'll apply effects. So these about all these no text wrap around bounding box. Okay, I'll explain about the coming classes. And here see alt click to open corner objects. Okay, suppose here the corner objects. See, yeah, see here it is. This is wonderful, right? The bevelness. Okay, so these are all the options. So these alignments already I explained. So this is all about the selection tool. What is escape here? Before closing the selection tool, we have to understand the escape. What is escape beside V? Yes, I'll explain. Suppose here type text, because I'm using fill with the placeholder text. This is my text. Okay, after this, okay, this is my text selected. Okay, from text selection to I'm changing into a normal selection. Suppose right now it is in my text box. Here I am using T text, but from text selection I'm using selection tool. Okay, I want to use a selection tool. But what is the shortcut of the selection tool? V. If I select V, so what will happen after this one? There is a V is adding into my text too, because we are using the V. But my intention is I want to change my selection from text to normal selection, but it is not giving the selection stop, it is adding V. Okay, so further to avoid that one, so simply you can use escape button and keyboard. Now see your selection is completed. Now we are coming back to selection tool. So that is the benefit of the escape button, right? So I'll explain more clearly about the coming class. This is all about a selection tool. So we have already checked about the selection tool V. Okay, then this is what direct selection tool. It's very easy to understand. So you draw any shape or any filled object and use this direct selection tool. Shortcut is same like in Photoshop and Illustrator A. Select that particular point, okay, and drag this one, and you can edit this one. For changing shapes, we use this one. Of course, you can fill the colors, whatever the color you want. Okay, it is very easy to understand. Keep this side, otherwise just delete this one. The next tool is page tool. Shift plus P. This is new, right? So what is page tool? With page tool, what we do? See, with page tool, automatically your page has been selected, right? So some options also there. For most of the tools, here options bar, otherwise the control panel displaying some options. For not all the tools, few tools has some options, controls in control panel. The same way here we have page tool. When you click on the page tool, some page options are there here. See here. So what is this? The page has been selected, and drag this one and leave it. Suppose it is not changing the shape, okay. So because, so leave this show parent page overlay, you can uncheck this one for time being, and now this is the page selected already, okay, but it is not fixing. So here the ready-made options are there. Suppose it is in A4 size, check with A3 size. This is A3 size, and convert this into A5 size. Suppose this is for a flyer or pamphlet, and this is a B5 size, okay, and this is for the designing stationery. Otherwise you can use for the posters and all. The business card, see here it's showing 3.5 by 2 inches. If you see this in the actual other size, we'll understand, right? This is the size, and you can change this to compact disc, okay. So whatever the size you can change. Right now I'm changing into A4 size, okay. This is my A4 size. But what about our required size? Suppose these are the templates, the ready-made sizes are there, but I want to keep my own size. How to do that? Suppose here we have some options, okay. By clicking this, you can change that into your required way, changing the width, and of course here the height also you can change. I want to reduce this height by entering the number, or otherwise pushing this bar, this will do. And another one, suppose drag this one, again it is coming back. By pressing Alt on keyboard, press Alt and keyboard and change this one. Now it is holding to that size. Press Alt and change this, it is changing and fixing to that size, okay. And then here we have, see, this is the portrait, and here it is a landscape, okay. And here liquid page a rule, there is a controlled by a parent here. It's a controlled by parent, okay. So I'll explain about a parent page, master page, this and all, right. So in coming classes, suppose here it is in off, in default it is connected with controlled by parent. Suppose off this one, okay. And here I'm using scale, okay. For scaling, I want to use one shape. This is my shape. We can fill here, and now come to the same page tool. And now we choose what? A scale. So with that, you can scale this one. See, along with your page, it is also changing, scaling to that size, but it is not fixing. To fix that one, you use Alt. Now see, it is fixed. Now see, so along with your page, the liquid page rule. Liquid page means it is your required a page. So by pressing Alt, you are changing this, okay. And now off this one and come to recenter, okay. So now I'm using this recenter. It is recentering, but it not changing the shape to that page size. The size is same, the box, pink color box is same, is size is same, not changing, but it is recentering to that. Okay, then come here and off this one, and I'm using object based. So this is object, and based on that we are using. So this is the object based. Yes, this is the object based, and here I am stretching right now. So the both sides it is pushing and extending up to that, because it is object based. See, it is objects based, it is changing accordingly with the pace. If you want to hold that one, you can use Alt button, so that will fix. Okay, so now off this one. It's a guide based. Okay, so if you have any guide here, the guidelines that will apply to that, right? So right now I'm not using any guide. Control Z, off this one. This is object move with the pace. So this is object moving with the pace. But here you can use this object, object based. Yes, with pace. Okay, and show parental page overlay. So this is our actual the page. It is showing that parental page overlay. So about the pages and parent pages and all, I'll explain the coming classes. Basically this is for the liquid page rule, right? So what is liquid page and all, I'll explain in the coming classes. So just for the sake of understanding tools, I'm explaining here, right? Okay, so delete this one, and change this to A4 size, and change this to vertically, and uncheck this all, uncheck this, and this is my page. Okay, then here, see, other tool is gap tool. This is very interesting tool. Suppose here there is a box I created, and I'll fill color here, fill color, and take duplicate of this by pressing Alt, and taking the duplicate, and selecting these two and pressing Alt, taking duplicates, and one more duplicate here. Okay, so these are. So how to use this? Even for the photographs also this can apply. It can apply. You can apply on photographs also. For time being, I'm not using any photographs. So I'm using these shapes. Okay. First, let us take this gap tool. U. With the gap tool, what you do? See, it is not working actually here, but between the objects, to come here between the objects, this tool is activating, right? But outside here, see, outside here, this is from distance to the objective, this tool is not activating, but come to closer to this objective, particularly these two objects. So the both sides arrows are showing. With the left mouse, click and drag this one. Now see here, suppose these are the objects or any one of your photographs. You can reduce one photograph bigger than the other one. Okay, and here you can extend here, you can decrease and extend here, and suppose here, see, in the top portion it is connected to that your page layout. From there it is pushing inside. This is very interesting tool, right? Very interesting tool. So in coming classes we use all these, right, in all the assignments. So this is all about a gap tool, U. Yes. Next, after gap tool, we have content collector tool, B shortcut, and this content placer tool. So from here you can collect your content, and with this tool you can place, right? So let us use this tool. So first I want to take content, any content. Your content will be your any shape or photographs, whatever it is. And here I am using ellipse tool. Suppose this is the red one, and this is polygon tool. Yeah, suppose these are my contents, right? Content means some material I want to use. The same material I want to use in another page, in another document, okay, or otherwise in another place, even in the same page. You can use just like it is a copy paste, right? So suppose with this tool you can collect, see, one added, showing 1, and here it is 2, and here it is 3, okay, collected your data. And suppose with this tool, okay, you can drop here. It's very simple to understand. Or otherwise you can take any photographs. Suppose I'll collect here again, I'll collect and I'll take any new document, and here I'm using content placer tool, right? This is like a copy and paste, right? It's very easy to understand. See, after this content placer and content collector tools, here we have text tools, right? Type tools, otherwise type tool and type on a path tool. The shortcut is T. And type tool generally, suppose if you give one click, so won't take that one. So draw one box, text box, okay, and if you want you can change the font size, so whatever the size it is, and right click and fill your default text, fill with the placeholder text, filling with the placeholder text, okay. Now you can drag this one, the container is here empty, and you can push this one, the container has some text and it is indicating by this plus mark. And see, when you click there on the patch red mark, so that it is added to your cursor, and okay, you can drag and drop here, that is included in the next text box, okay. And here again you can move back, and the text itself, it is inside, it is there, and you can add here if you want, right? So by dragging the text boxes, you will get text inside that. And here we have all the text related options are there. When you click on this, so here we have the text options are there. See, this is what fonts, different fonts, available fonts showing here. So click anywhere, but you have to select first and change the text to any other font if you want, okay. And here it is a regular, or if there is any bold text you can apply here. And see here, these are a font size and font size here, and here what it is showing, the leading, changing the gap, a leading here, and here it is what, all caps, convert this all caps, and here we have superscript, okay, and of course a subscript, superscript and subscript, and here we have small caps, and here underline, and here strike, the strike through, so that means the striking through, okay. And here these are all, and here see, this is tracking, so you are tracking your text. And here is a optical, here it is a matrix, it is a system, that is. And here we have the 50%. So actually what it is, here we have this number. If we change this one, the matrix and the spacing, it is changing according to that. Okay, and then here come here a vertical scaling, scaling vertically, and here we have see this is moving upwards. Okay, the baseline shift, that means the vertical scaling. And here this is a horizontal scaling horizontally. And here we have a skew text. Skew means is going some angle, so change to normal only. And see here we have fill. If you want to fill text color, you can change to any color. Okay, and this is outline for that. If you want outline for your text, you can change here. And here see, this is here what is this, the character style, the style of the characters. So that I'll explain in the coming classes about the creating character styles and all. There is a special lesson on that. Okay, this is English US, so keep this as it is default. And of course these are alignments. These are alignments. We use all these as per our requirement. Okay, and here a left indent. So indent is, see, it is giving the text pushing this side and that side. Okay, and here it is a right indent. Okay, and see, is a right indent, and here the bottom actually. So here it is, and here it is a right indent. So here it is a last line, a right indent. And here space before, and here you can ignore to that size. See here what all these things, space between paragraphs. When the paragraphs are there, so it is a big paragraph if you have, so it is creating, suppose here there is a paragraph, placeholder text, and again here I am giving one more paragraph and fill with the placeholder text. And here we have the red mark is showing, that means still the text is there here. Okay, fill with the placeholder text. Okay, here we have so gap we are increasing, so between the space between paragraph using the same style. Okay, or otherwise you can make it smaller, make it bigger. So this is the paragraph. And here the space alert, suppose here the space alert also there. Space after, so select here and here, so give some space after, and see a drop cap. So there are drop caps. See the drop cap is covering 2 lines or 3 lines. You can increase and decrease this one, the drop caps. And here is drop cap 1 or more characters. So one or more characters. And see here, there are bullets. You can use bullets, you can use numbers. Okay, so these are all text related options, right? When you click on the type tool, there are text related options are there. Okay, just delete this. Next, here we have a type on path tool. Okay, with type on path tool, what we do, so you can create one path. Okay, so on that you can type whatever you want. That's it. Okay, and with the direct selection tool, select that path and you can adjust this one. Okay, and here we have path options also there. Come to type, type on path, options are there. If you want to delete type from path, you can delete, otherwise options are there. Okay, on the preview here it is in effect, rainbow, skew, 3D ribbon, this step and the gravity, and I'll keep this rainbow only. The align, baseline, ascender or descender, the center and the baseline, right? So I'll keep this at the baseline, and there's a spacing, so increase the spacing between the text. In the flip, you can flip this, so flip means it is reversing. Okay, and to path, a center, a top and a bottom and center. Okay, if you want you can say okay, or otherwise cancel. Right now I'm cancelling. Okay, yeah, delete this one. Okay, and this is about a line tool. So line tool, what we create lines. Okay, so press shift, you'll get the straight lines. Okay, so lines has some options are there. So there is a thick line here, a thick line, and thick and thick, the both sides. And here we can use the dashed one, like look like a stitching type, the dashed. And here it is a left slant hash, the straight hash, and this is a dotted one, and the white diamond, and these are all right. So I'll keep this to normal, means a solid only. Coming back, just select and delete this, and here we have the pen tool. With pen tool, you can create shapes. Okay, that is very easily we create this one, and again by pressing Alt, give one click, and here it is continuously segment by segment we are connecting, and finally connect with the start point. Okay, this is one path. After selecting this, fill with any color, and increase the size if you want to understand more clearly. This is, and change the color, okay. So again I'm changing this to a normal black, and I'll delete this one, fill color. There is a direct selection tool. Select the individual points and edit that path. and if you don't want that particular point, just select that one and use delete anchor point, right? So it is deleting anchor points. Okay. Next, add anchor point. So with add anchor point, click on the path and you are added a point. Okay, and use direct selection tool and select that point and you can edit this. And here we have some options are there. The right side in properties. Okay, here some options are there. Here it is a plane, so it is converted to straight, and here we have corner, so corner, and here we have smooth, changes selected points to be a continuous curve with connected direction lines. Say this is nice. And here we have symmetrical changes selected points to smooth points, the equal length direction lines, right? So equal length direction lines. So pen tool has some options in properties panel. Okay, and here we have convert direction point tool, right? So convert direction point tool, you can click here, and by selecting that individual, that handle, you can move this other side. It is fixing, one side it is fixing and one side it is changing the shape. Just delete this one, deleted, and come here. And now here we have a pencil tool. So with pencil tool, what we do, we draw lines. These are the lines, and there is a smooth tool. With the smooth tool, you can make some smoothness. Okay. Some smoothness is there, and the smooth options also there. You can double click on that tool, particular tool, and the fidelity value, you can change this, and we'll get the smoothness. So more smoothness if you want, you can keep selected always, otherwise you can uncheck also, that is. So cancel this one, and another one is here, the erase tool. So you can erase that portion by portion, right? Erased. I'm deleting all this. Next, come to the other tools. Here we have a rectangle frame tool, ellipse frame tool, and polygon frame tool. What all these things? I'll explain ellipse frame tool, so other things you will understand, right? So suppose ellipse frame tool is there. You draw ellipse by pressing the shift. Okay, we'll get the proportionately the circular ellipse, and I want to add some picture, some photograph inside that. So place here, I'll take any pic. I'll use any pic. Yeah, I'll take this one. So open. Now see, it is add into that. But you observe here, there is a button like. So click on that and move that button. You are moving actual picture. Okay, inside the picture, it is look like a mask, and you are again pushing up or otherwise pushing down. And suppose if you click here, then the photograph, and move this one, the entire the picture, so including that ellipse, it is moving. Okay, if you click on this, you are moving inside a pic, inside the ellipse, you are moving the photograph. Okay, So here again it is going upwards. To set properly, proportionately on that, right click on that, there is a fitting. Fill frame proportionately filled, and here we have fit content proportionately. So content proportionately, but both sides is leaving some gap. And here we have a content aware fit. So with content aware fit, automatically it is fitting, right? The same way here we have other options also there. So fit frame to content, okay, it is a stretching, and here the fitting, fit content to frame, okay, and here we have there are other options. Center content, so center content is already in center only. Clear frame fitting options, so clear frame fitting options, and come to the content aware fit, okay. So I am coming to content aware fit. The same way here you can insert your photograph into the rectangle or otherwise a polygon frame. So here I will take polygon frame and file and place. Here I use this picture and it is inserted. And to fit properly inside that, I am using content aware fit. Yes, this is interesting, right? So sometimes we use this in designing. Next, here we have rectangle tool. So the shortcut is M, okay, to draw the rectangles, okay, and of course it has some options again. See, here we have a legacy, and otherwise from control panel also we have options. These are all, okay, and here we have ellipse tool to create ellipses, okay. So ellipses are there, and you can fill the colors here, insert colors, that's okay. And again the polygon shape is there, yeah, polygons are there. Again fill color if you want. And here we have a scissor tool. With the scissor tool, cut the shape into two parts, okay. And here we have the free transform tool. So with free transform tool, you can transform your objects, stretch, or otherwise by using the shift proportionately you transform your objects. And here we have a rotate tool. So with the rotate tool you can rotate your object rotate your object, and you can right click here and suppose here transform, move, scale, rotate, shear, rotate 90 degree clockwise, okay. It's rotating. Some options also there here you can use here, okay. And transform again individually, okay. So here we have some options are there, so you can use as per your requirement. And there scale tool. So with scale tool what you do, you can scale your image, okay. Shear tool, the sheerness means we are actually shearing, stretching your shape, okay. So here I'll clear the page, come here, gradient swatch tool. So gradient, we have to fill the gradients. Suppose this is my shape. Inside I want to fill color, so not the direct plain color. Suppose here right now it is in single color, right. I want to fill gradient color. Here we have options, apply, this is apply color, and apply gradient, and here we have apply none means no fill or no outline. And here click on this, see the gradient is applied. And suppose here in the side panels we have color panels are there, swatches are there, okay. And here suppose the gradient option you will find from window and the color, the gradient. Here it is gradient, okay. Now see in gradient default it is showing the black and white, okay. Suppose if you double click here, you're not getting anything, okay, not getting anything. So simply what you do, so drag this color here, drag this color here and drop. So this you can move out. I don't want this one. Yes. And this side I want to use this color. So drag here, drag and drop here. So this will apply here, okay. And now here we have the marker is locating the color. And if you want to add one more color here, just click left click, you will get the bucket and there drag and drop there. So now see it is in 3 colors. Of course here it is in linear, you can use a radial also, okay, radial color you will get, okay. And here the location, of course it is a location, so locating the reverse colors, the colors are reversing here, automatically changing colors. And see here it is a gradient swatch, so you can apply on this. So it is moving and adding colors as per your direction, okay. That's it. This is the way to fill the gradient colors. You can change this to normal, okay. And here we have gradient feather tool, shift plus G. So feathers are there, so double click on that, the feather settings also will get, okay. And right now what is feather means, suppose see this is your feather, this is your feather, and move this here, see the feather. And here I will add some background, then only you will understand actually what is the feather. Yes, this is. Now I will drag and drop here. Now see it is going under, so right click and move front, arrange, so bring to front. Now see the transparency applied here. This is a transparent tool, so very helpful when we use designs, then I'll explain here, okay. Now this is a note tool to note your instructions. This is mostly we don't use this one. And here we have eyedropper tool, a color theme tool and a measure tool. What are these? So first let us get one pick place. I'll take any pick, suppose I'll take this one. Yes. Here I am using eyedropper tool. So eyedropper tool is at imitating color, right? So imitating color. Here we have normal eyedropper tool. So to get the color, so it is inserting color. Wherever you click with your eyedropper, it is taking that color, okay. After that we have color theme tool. So what it is doing, the color theme, suppose from the image it is getting the color themes, it is colorful and it is bright, and here we have a dark one, it is a deep and is a muted one, okay. You can click here and get that color, and somewhere I want to fill actually, then I'll understand. Okay. Okay, so then I'm using color themer tool and click here, and I use this one, and suppose I'll click this one and get this color, and here we have bright colors, so from here I'll take this color. Okay, otherwise I'll take this color and I use here. Okay, so these are all color theme tool. Add this theme to swatches. Suppose the theme is added, bright theme, this theme is added here. If you want, you can keep this theme, or otherwise you can delete this one, delete. The same way here we have all swatches are there. Okay, as a default it is showing, and you can new color group, so make it as a color group name. If you want, you can give, or otherwise cancel this one. If you don't want anything, you can delete this one. And here we have add selected swatch to my current CC library, right? You can add this CC color theme into your CC library. Okay, so this is all about this eyedropper tool, color themer tool. What is a measure tool? Measure tool is to measure the areas from here to here and here to here, right? This is like a scale tool. Okay. Okay, done. And of course this is a hand tool to move your document, and here we have zoom tool, and you can make minus, okay, by pressing alt, it's going back, and without halt is moving forward, or otherwise control minus and control plus, otherwise by pressing alt and use the middle scroll, it is going forward and backward. Okay, so here these are the color, fill color, and this is the stroke color. You can change this to swap, fill and stroke by pressing shift plus X. Okay, and here we have default fill and stroke. Default means the original way when you open this InDesign, the colors, how the colors will show, the same way that will change. Okay, and here formatting effects container, so the formatting effects container. So here we have formatting effects test, so this is, see, is adding here. So this is for the fill and this is for the stroke. Okay, so I'll explain about this one, because see, it is about the text. So when you click on this, it is adding into text foreground, I mean the stroke and fill and stroke, and here it is formatting effects container. So this is for filling and outlining colors. It's apply color, normal color, and apply gradient, and if you don't want anything, you apply none. And here we have view options. So in view options, frame edges are there, rollers are there, guides are there, smart guides are there, baseline guides is there, and the hidden characters. So you can use sometime, suppose the frame edges, if you don't want to see that one, you can apply that at the frame edges, these edges. And here rollers, if you don't want to see your rollers, now see, you are not seeing the rollers. So of course, if there is any guides are there, so you can switch off the guides. So right now we don't have any guides. Okay, and smart guides. Smart guide also, if you don't want to see smart guides, so you can off the smart guides. Okay, and here we have previews. Now see, here there is a preview. The preview showing here, and here it is a bleed. So bleed area, there is any bleed area. So I'll explain about bleed area and slug. and presentation. It is a presentation, a way to show your work to the client. And I'm using escape button. I'm getting everything back. Okay. Done. Okay, these are only the tools from the whole InDesign. Okay, the next lesson I'll explain in the next class.